Yeah.
Or you make a joke out of that of like, whoever it was that I spoke to here that may or may not manage the joint was quite a piece of shit.
Yeah, all right. Okay, I'm going to do it still. Ben's talked me into it. I don't want to be pulled up. GMat.
Is there anything for dessert or something? Oh, Mario! Oh my God!
Whoa.
Hometown Spider-Man.
Yay. I need help with doing a push-up.
This is still going?
Yep. Yeah, that's good. Microphone's not touching the thing. This is great. Yes, I was up till 3:30 in the morning, maybe even a little later, because I was trying to get this thing up here that's connected finally working, which has taken me like 2 weeks.
What wasn't working?
It's the capture card, the one that's inbuilt, the 4K 60. And I've just been having issues, and so I was Elgato Tech people are in the US, but because I got it for because I got it for free, I had a special person to deal with me, so I got into Discord and I had to do Discord, but I couldn't do it till 3:30 in the morning, and so I was doing that, and it got it working. Had to open up the BIOS on the motherboard and change some shit to like whatever.
Hackerman 5000.
Big time. The guy helped me. I'm so fucking happy it's working. Although I haven't tried streaming with it yet, so who knows what'll happen.
What are you expecting out of it that you didn't have before?
It's just quicker. It's quicker. There's a big problem as well when I film VR and the VR comes up on here. If I do it through the HD60, which is the external capture card, there's screen tearing that I can't fix because there's no VSync option on VR games. So that looks... What? So that just looks fucking shit. But this will fix that.
Sick.
Or I have to go back to recording all off the PC, but that's just fucking shit. So,
Okay.
So I'm expecting good stuff. Great stuff, good things. When we do G-Stream, be able to have all our different 3 screens coming up and all that sort of thing. It's going to be... That'll be
a game changer.
Yeah.
Who needs sleep when you got that, huh?
Yeah, I do need some sleep.
No.
Yeah.
Just give me a good one.
You can feel it?
I can feel it.
You can feel it buzzing. I can feel it in the air.
Despite it being right in the peak of Beck's sleep cycle and you having not slept properly.
And you spilling coffee on your shirt, now wearing my shirt.
Our shirt. Good one.
Let's just start the program. Let's get in. Let's
Yep.
get in. Let's do it. Let's do the actual show, and then I'll talk about the things.
Woo, GMat. Yay.
Hello and welcome to episode 196 of the GMat Experience.
You're gonna die tonight.
Today's episode of the GMat podcast is brought to you by our merch, which is available at teespring.com/stores/therealgmat. Go get yourself some fucking merch. Get that shit up in your body. That intro is brought to you by me. Send an intro if you want it played on the podcast because we're out of intros. Contact therealgmat.tv or submit it in the Discord or send it to me on Facebook. And guess what? The show needs your love. It needs your support. Head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast. All those links are on the screen. Go there to support the show and get extra content like the podcast post show, which is more content for you and your friends. Stop the music. The dog is just one. Hey, get out of there. Get out of there. Yeah, good girl. Sit. Welcome to the GMat podcast. My name is Matt. I'm the hostest with the mostest. I'm joined on my right by Benjamin Jabus.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. And that's it. No other people. Beck's over there. Hey, Beck.
Hey.
No Aidan today. Again, Aidan's smack bang in the middle of comedy festival, so it's a bit hard to get him in the room.
Contract disputes.
Yeah, big time. At the same time as, everyone else. But he should be back next week. Possibly no Ben next week. We'll see if we can make it work. But then after that, we're firing off on all cylinders for episode 198. That'll be so close to 200.
We got plans?
For 200?
Yeah.
I've kind of got some ideas. I'm gonna talk to you guys about it after this podcast. And then I'll talk to Aidan about it tonight or something. And we'll all reconvene and work it out.
It'd be good if he can work out all of his salary disputes, his writer and whatnot, because I do think that he brings an energy to the podcast that sometimes is beneficial to some of the listeners.
And I've already sorted this big bowl of green M&Ms for him. So
which is what he specifically said he needs to not have in the room, though.
Yeah. Why did you do the green ones? He said red.
Shit.
Fuck.
I misread it.
You know his rider. It says not. These are the things that he must not have.
Oh.
They disturb his energy and his focus for him to be able to sit here and talk about how people have done him wrong during the week.
I skimmed it.
Yeah, okay.
The reek.
The
Yeah. And we miss you, Aidan. I'm all phlegmy. COVID. All right.
But I think holding out for more money is a smart move. On his
Yeah,
part.
100%.
So,
if you had to let go,
miss you, but you do what you need to do for yourself.
make them
Hustle,
bills,
honey.
hustle,
That's it.
get that bakery or whatever it is the kids say. Make that bread.
Get that yeast.
Get that yeast infection.
Is that why they call him Yeasty?
You see that iDubbbz
Anyway.
is doing a big boxing match event.
I have seen that.
Big charity boxing match, which looks like it'll be good. I'm thinking about buying tickets to
I
like
thought
the
you said you're
live
going to
stream
get
thing.
involved.
Well, that's what I was thinking
I
about.
reckon you could take dubs.
Not iDubbbz. No, because
Episode
he's
200.
he's really like he's training and has been training for a
Yeah.
while. And I saw a video of him training, and he's like he seems like he knows what he's doing. I don't know what I'm doing. So I've had to get, and his arms, he's getting like proper bulk now. Not a big guy, but
Yeah, but he's stringy. So.
yeah, for a stringy guy, he's got pretty solid arms at the moment. But it's all different. Oh, sorry, I need to take a drink.
Do you reckon it was the MDE, the fucking what's his name? What's that guy's name? Not Kevin Smith. The guy,
Sam Hyde?
Sam Hyde. Do you reckon it was big doing the Sam Hyde documentary where they went boxing and he was like, oh my God, I'm getting my ass handed to me. I don't know what's going on. I could
think
easily
so.
die right now. There he's like, you know what? I'm gonna turn it all around.
I believe it had been in motion since before then.
Because he didn't look like he knew what he was doing then.
No. But I think like it was an idea he had because he was originally like calling out Rice Gum to box
Oh yeah, I remember that.
as a gag. Like, but he was saying, I'll really do it. And then maybe that turned into the idea. And he's like, I'm going to really train
I'm
so we can
gonna
make
do
this
it,
a proper
yeah.
thing. But yeah, the Sam Hyde thing. I don't know if Sam Hyde's fighting there as well. Because I remember seeing
I don't believe so.
I saw someone else's video where it was like iDubbbz's girlfriend Anita,
And Anissa. I
Anissa,
think.
something like that. Whatever her name. Let's say it's Anissa. Thinks Sam Hyde is a business risk or something like that. But I only saw the clickbait title. I didn't actually watch the video. So I'm like, is he in there or is he not in there? And they're like, he's not in there because he's a business risk. Like, we don't know what he'll do, and because it could be fucking weird.
It's funny amongst like weird YouTube edgelords. He's the edgelord.
Yeah.
It's like we just like we're a bunch of edgelords and stuff, but we, no boundaries within limits. We know how far we're willing to go for the show, but he's like the one wrestler who's like, no, he's actually going to suplex me if we get in the ring. I know he's going to try and hurt me for real.
Yeah.
Or maybe he won't. I don't know.
This is a big charity event, and he'll just come with like a tattoo of the charity with like a knife going through it, and saying all the money is going to Islam or whatever. I don't know. I'm beating Sam Hyde.
Extremists. We're sending it all to the IRA.
Yeah.
I think we should have our own little boxing match for
That's what I was
200.
thinking. I was thinking, Ellie, fuck with the farts, man. She falls asleep and straight away it's like.
We really need an Ellie cam on the floor.
Who would I fight? Who could we
Bruce, UV Bruce.
in a boxing match? Well, just like a GMat universe.
I just
boxing
figured you
match?
three would fight each other.
All at once.
No.
And I do
Royal
that.
Rumble.
No, I don't want to be a. I think
Or Bruce can.
You
Yeah,
fight
Royal
Sienna.
Rumble.
You and Sienna go scrap for scrap.
I actually really love boxing. I'm not any good at it, but I did it for a little while. and I
Just
really-
do it for longer and you'll be good at it.
Yeah.
It's always like it's in my head. Like I always want to like go and try. And when we were at that gym there was like a proper boxing gym, I was like, damn, I'd like you to sign up for a class. But I also don't like the idea of getting punched in the face. I
You don't
feel
have
like
to go in there and do that on the first day.
well,
Or ever.
Then I was going to be like, right, it's you and Rocky here. You know, we call him Rocky because he kicks the shit out of people
you rock
all the
people's
time.
fucking
Yeah.
skulls.
No, I've only ever done like the boxing for fitness, like boxercise
Like
classes.
cardio boxing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's lots of fun.
It's hard work.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was making sure it was recording. Yeah, it's the sparring. I don't want to spar. So if I don't have to spar, I don't know.
You'll want to spar at some point.
I know, but
I think you think like you're going to have to go in there on the first day and just hit slabs of beef and then jump straight in the ring. You're like,
no, I know. I just it'll
7
lead up
foot
to
Russian
that,
guy.
and I just don't want to get punched in the face. I feel like, or I need that first punch in the face so I can just get over it.
But well, yeah, I mean,
Because I've been in fights at like school and that, but I've never been punched in the face.
Ducking and weaving.
No, just no one's ever.
Little Mayweather.
No one ever went for a punch in the face.
You've never been punched in the face?
No, I don't think so.
Not like. Okay.
Oh, by my brothers, yeah.
Episode 200.
But get punched in the face.
Mac gets punched.
My brothers just punching, but even then, my brothers more used to just punch me in the head, not the face.
It's gone.
Yeah, that is
Like in the
different.
temple and shit like that,
Yeah.
and like the back of the head and all that. But
Yeah.
You're walking away with your shoulders up like, fuck it, fuck off.
exactly. But I don't think I've ever been punched in the face.
Okay.
I've been hit in the nose, but sort of by accident in play
That
fighting.
sucks.
Yeah, and that's what I'm worried about, getting clocked in the nose.
Yeah, you'd be right. You get the giant fucking 12-ounce gloves or something on.
Yeah.
16 ounce, 15 ounce, whatever they are.
Yeah.
You'd be right.
All right. I'll do it. I'll box. I'll start boxing.
And it's not like you can go there. You're not gonna. They're just gonna teach you how to punch. You hit the pads a bunch, do a bunch of skipping rope shit, and then eventually be like, "You want to jump in the ring?" You'd be like, "No." And they're like, "Well, do it, or we're gonna kill your dog and your wife." Like, oh, okay. You just go no, and they go, "Oh, okay. Well, never mind then." They're not gonna make you do it.
I also don't like the idea of that gym because like there's the gym floor and then there's the boxing ring right in the middle of the gym and it's
yeah.
higher, so it's like a stage where everyone can see me and I'll get all stage fright and be like, people,
Stiff arms.
you know.
There's a whole other room upstairs as well with a little ring.
Oh, is there? Oh, fuck. Okay, that's cool. All right, I'll think about it because I would really like to box, but who would I box? You could box Miss A Game. Miss A Game's kind of part of the, you know, the community.
Will she fuck me up?
I don't think so. I think you could hold your own against A Game.
Get you on a regiment. Do you want to know what hit her?
I'll fight. Oh, I'd have to fight Stacky, right?
I think
I'd
so.
say
Yeah.
so.
After all that
Definitely
beef, that's the main card event.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Stacky's fit as well, but he's little. He's little, and I'm heavy. So I reckon with some training.
Get Andy down from the Gold Coast. He can be the goth boxer.
Oh yeah,
The Goxer.
the goth boxer, Goth V. He'll just fight his feelings and the
Demons.
darkness. You can fight Aidan.
It's got to be me and Aidan. It's
that would
that's the
sell her.
undercard or the main card is
But that-
second main card.
The thing about the iDoes boxing event is like people are like, oh, this is going to be a goof. And it's like, no, we're really taking time to match people up who would put on a good fight, a good show. We really want to put on a good show, even though it's all just comedians and that. You know, we're not matching Ethan with KSI or some shit like that. So I feel like you and Aidan together, although Aidan could be scrappy, you know?
Oh yeah,
He could fight dirty.
he'll
As
bring a
long
bunch
as
of
he's-
sand in his pockets, throw it in my eyes.
As long as he's not allowed to roundhouse kick or do any of his karate shit that he did for 10 years or whatever it was.
He can try it.
I don't think
he's
it's
done it in a while.
I don't think it's like riding a bike either. Yeah, all right. So, no, I think you and Sienna would be funny.
Oh, I'd kill her.
I know, but it'd be fucking brutal. And it'd be that thing where
It
we're
would
all
be
like,
brutal.
we're all like, oh, this is gonna be funny, and then we're like, oh fuck,
Is
you're
that
just
what we're
over the
on?
top of it going. Dush,
I
dush.
can't
I'm
hit
trying to
Sienna.
sell tickets, Beck.
I don't know. She might be scrappy too.
She
Can
could
we
be.
just do something in a bubble bath or something? Like, you know.
Come on, we've made so much
girls on film.
progress.
All right, we'll get in the ring. You guys get in the mud.
I'm just
The
thinking
whole
of
thing
her.
of KY jelly.
Jello wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Fuck, we are gonna sell
You go
tickets.
legit.
Legit.
Yeah, I don't want to punch Sienna. Can I?
All right, we'll go
Well,
back
she
to
wants
this
to punch
again.
you, so
That's fine.
She was saying.
that's fine. I'll just stand there and take
I
it
will.
like Christ.
Yeah.
And then we could do Shuggy v Ellie. Ellie can't even deal with the cat
Yeah.
next door.
Problem is her center of gravity's so low, nothing will knock her over.
Yeah, but she'll
She's
just,
tiny little legs. She's a little dim sim.
she's fucking pussy. At least Shuggy's like, boo. And she'd just be like, does this fucking high pitched squeak. The cat, Bruce's cat, and I like Bruce's cat a lot.
Yeah.
But like, I like cats.
He's a cat person,
Um,
unfortunately.
But if Ellie's near the fence, Fred will just sprint to the fence and like whack her, and then she goes, and runs away. I'm like, pussy, it's a cat. Just arc up a little bit. Yeah, it got to the point the other day where Fred's jumped up on the roof, and I worry that if Fred gets into our yard, then it's fucking. Fred, you're fucked. Like dog v cat. But he was up in the yard, so I looked, and I was he was on our roof, and so I was on the ladder trying to get him off the roof to get him back into Bruce's yard. And then he wouldn't come to me, and I was like, cunt, I'm trying to help you. And he was going, meow, meow, I can't get down, meow. I was trying to help him, and then he just got so scared and gave up and jumped into Bruce's yard, and he hit the concrete so fucking hard. It made this boof sound. And I like Fred, but like I fell asleep thinking about that boof sound. Because there was like...
They're cats. They know their limits. They're very good at judging it. They love it.
That wasn't a good judge. It was like feet crumpled and it was all bodies going into the ground. I was like, yeah, don't hit my fucking dog. I thought about the bang sound and smiled. And then,
You'd be able to draw that abstract line of karma
Yeah.
all the way back to the dog. I did hit the dog 3 days ago in a little swipey thing, so maybe that's why when I jumped off the roof, my legs hurt a lot.
And that there was that noise. I was like, nah, but he's fine. He's fine. Anyways, boxing. Yeah. You v Aidan, me v Stacky, Beck v Sienna. Who else is in the universe?
In the universe.
In the
There's a lot of people in the universe.
I could go up against me v the twins.
Twins.
They'd kill me. They're strong.
Yeah, but the twins aren't so ingrained in the GMat universe.
I know, but we could get some ring-ins.
What about you v Sienna? You and Sienna. We'll do a duos match. You
Royal
and Sienna
Rumble.
versus the twins.
Tag team.
This has got to be shit listening, right? I'm so sorry, everybody. I just
It's
realized.
fine for people who know all the players.
It's better than
They're
Elden
like, oh
Ring.
yeah, that's a good one.
And then I fought the dragon in Elden Ring, and I had to collect all of the rings before I could progress.
I beat Elden Ring at 98 and a half hours.
20 minutes later.
Wow.
Didn't quite crack that 100, but finished, done. What's your week been like, Ben? How are you?
You know, I've played almost, as far as I can tell, I don't think I've played any Elden Ring this week.
You watched me play Elden Ring the other
You'd
day.
know.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it's been fine. Wore a coffee on the way here.
Mhm.
That was cool. I don't know.
Nothing
Yeah.
going on.
Not really.
It's
Just
been a while since
working,
you've come
working.
with like a something. You need to
Excuse
get
me,
out there
French?
and have more interactions.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Not come with nothing. I mean, like come with a story, like that guy dragging his fucking trailer down the road.
Yeah. I went by. Did I tell you I went by the road? And it was parked there.
No.
And he's just like put a couple of bits of metal
Oh,
on the
yeah.
side and like, just, that'll hold it. She'd be fucking right.
Real Minecraft guy.
Yeah, it looks like dog shit.
You
I
got-
can't imagine it's going to hold that long.
No.
So hopefully there'll be a follow-up.
I want to know the address so we can just go and monitor it. We'll stake it out every day.
Trailer watch.
Watching the trailer gonna fall. What have you got going on, Beck?
Fuck all.
Yeah, cool. I'll go to my notes then.
I meant to write another Harry Potter for you, but I didn't. But
People are crying out for it, are they?
no, it's got a lot of likes on Discord.
Oh.
Like shitloads of likes. Like there's like maybe 100 of those little reacts on it. Same for
That
people
could be,
doing
yeah,
a
same
shitload of
people.
different ones, but loyalists.
That must
Yeah.
make you feel good.
Yeah, thanks very much to both of you.
We've got some great stuff coming up in this episode, everybody. I'm going to talk about.
Teaser,
We're going to talk about school stories, possibly.
Oh, boy.
We might talk about election stuff coming
Oh,
up.
wow.
Election watch.
Who would what could we do if we were in the
Parties,
the-
parties, election parties.
We might talk about the staircase series. Ooh. But first, I was swimming.
Okay.
Now I know everyone's sick of my swimming stories, but the other day I got really pissed off. So
All you do is swim.
I thought I would just like make a list of all the things about swimming, about the pool that piss me off, so that we can just be done with it. We can move on, and I don't have to come each week with a new thing.
That's how that works.
Because every single good time I go to the pool, I get pissed off. I get really, really
We
pissed
need a
off.
jingle. Da-na-na-na-na, pool piss. Something like that.
Hopefully, this is the last episode of Pool Piss.
Bring
Series
back
conclusion.
pool piss.
Pull piss.
We
pull
need-
piss.
The weekly news. What was that one? News story
Nah,
of
don't
the
worry, it
week.
was nothing. There was nothing. That's episode 200, the pool piss retrospective.
Or
I look back at pool piss.
random text messages from GMat.
That's an old one.
Yeah.
I mean, we also haven't done Bruce jokes in a while.
We're
well.
going to have some for next week. He was just sharing some with me. I'm really excited.
Do you hear that, Ben? That's exciting.
There's a good one in there. He's done
If we could get an episode with Bruce jokes, it's the fucking news, and lists from Glymer, that would just be a week in heaven for me.
I really like Glymer.
Yeah.
All right, here's my list of things that have been annoying me at the pool. All right, this is gonna be hard to describe.
Here we go.
And someone made a note that
Let's do it.
we got to think more about the audio
Go on.
listeners when we tell stories.
That is true.
So
A pool is a large body of water. If you imagine like a big pit
Yeah.
that you would put trash in,
But
or
long.
cereal, but instead of cereal and milk or trash, it's just full of water, chlorinated water.
You guys ever seen Blue? It's just imagine
What glue? What
blue.
blue?
Just imagine like a lot of blue.
oh,
And you're basically there.
Yeah. So I'm in the long pool, 50
Pepper
meter pool.
Band-Aids through it as well.
Yeah, there is occasionally. I look down the bottom. I'm like, what the fuck is
yeah.
that down there?
Yummo.
So if you're swimming, I get in a lane with someone and there's someone else.
Who gets into a pool with a Band-Aid on and goes, this will be fine?
Fucking idiot.
It's you see him on the bottom. This is like the prime place where if it's ever going to come off, this is going to be it.
Also, just take it off. What are they trying to protect it from the
No.
chlorine? I'm like, it's going to get in there no matter what.
This is
But
what I'm
also,
saying.
you don't want to be that person swimming in a public pool with an open wound. That's gross.
If you have an open wound enough
yeah.
that a Band-Aid...
It's not hermetically sealed
Yeah,
by the
it's not a
Band-Aid. It's not a fucking
bandage.
space chamber. I'm going to get my finger out into this water, but I'm just going to take it through the airlock first. Oh, there it is. Into the
Oh my
chlorine.
God, cover that with a Band-Aid. Sorry, Beck. So...
Maybe the Band-Aids at the bottom of the pool are because of the leaks. They've put them like, there we go. That'll stop it
do
opening up.
the little one spot of blood is incidental.
They draw it on there so that they don't get
It's to
caught.
stop blood coming from underneath into the pool because that's how they make them float. Go.
If you're in a lane with somebody, I
Yeah.
always end up in a lane where I'm stuck behind. I'm with someone who's not the same pace as me. And you always do that. You're never going to have two
Hey,
people.
all right, I'm trying.
You're never going to have two people in a lane who are the exact same speed. But you go, like, I'll let someone go who I know I'm faster than. Let them get, like, the length
Listen
of...
to him. Lord of the pool. I'll let it go on.
He's actually very fast.
I will allow you. I will let you go. Go on.
So I let them
Do
go.
little swims.
They get to the other side, and I'm like, now I'll go, and it'll take longer for me to catch up to them. And then eventually I get to the point where, you know, I'm about to overtake them. I'm like 20 meters behind them, and then they stop. This happens all the time. They'll stop at the end of the pool, stop to take a breath, and they'll see me coming. And you'd think, all right, let's wait. Let's let this guy overtake me, and then I'll be slower, and it'll work again. But I get to the end of the pool, always like 5 minutes to end, and then they go. And I'm like, just let me go.
But they think that you're going to stop for a big breath as well
I don't know why anyone would ever think that. Like,
because that's what they're doing.
yeah, but we don't have the same. We're not doing the same thing.
Yeah, but they don't know that.
Yeah, but they should know that. Come on, they're not gonna
Because
think,
what they're thinking is he's going to come to the end, he's going to stand up for a breath, and then we're going to be like, how's your swim going? Yep. Yeah, good. Yours doing some pace, are you?
Getting that here.
Yeah.
Get that
Good
heart
lane.
rate.
This is a good lane today. Yeah, love this lane. This is actually my favorite lane. I usually try and get in this lane. Oh, I'm surprised I haven't seen you before. Yeah, well, you know, it is. I'm not usually here at this time. I usually come later in the day, have a lunch, bit of a break, so I don't get a cramp. You get a cramp every half an hour. So I'll come later in the afternoon. But, you know, this morning I thought, you know what? No, it's a me day. I'm going to go to the lane. So that's interesting because I am also usually here in the afternoon. So I'm surprised that I haven't seen you here in the after lunch period. Anyway, did you want to... Yeah, off you go.
it's actually the weirdest place where you're shoulder to shoulder with someone with their shirt off, and you never talk. No one talks to each other. If
Just
you
go straight to
you
kissing.
both sit there,
I imagine that's what men's bathrooms are like.
and then
Exactly.
you
Yeah.
go. At men's bathroom, more talking, more
More
nudity, more
panting.
talking,
More
yeah.
panting.
No, because everybody goes different. Like, I could do 3 laps, someone else will do 5 laps. Like, everyone stops and starts at different times. So just fucking let me overtake you, chump.
But they don't know you're going to do that.
Yeah, but they should either stop, and if I don't go, then they go. You know. Like, if I stop, then we're both stopped, then you can go. But like,
Okay.
if I'm close, and obviously I've caught up to you, you can't not notice that I've caught up. Just let me go. Some people do it, by the way, but a lot of people don't.
It's a lack of self-awareness.
Yeah, it fucking drives me
It is
goddamn
annoying.
crazy.
I think they're just playing the odds
Okay.
of like, I think he's going to stop and I don't want to be standing here with him, so I'm going to go now.
I hate them all.
Maybe they really like you and they want you to get a view of their butt as they kick off the wall.
Do you reckon that's what it is?
Maybe that's what
Probably.
It is.
I mean, I'm a very desirable person when I'm in the pool. People are like, "Whoa, I want the guy with the, you know, the big shoulders and the
And the
abs,
goggle
The
burn.
Viking beard.
the goggle burn." You know what else pisses me off at the pool? Everybody gets naked in the change rooms,
They sure
and
do.
I don't.
That's kind of a necessity, isn't it?
Yeah, but like, it's like a prideful naked. Like, you go to a gym and someone might be naked and they'll be moving, but this is like, I'm wet, I'm drying, like we're all in here. Also, at the pool we go to in the further away one, there's like you could walk down to the toilet area and there's male, female, and then to the right there's like a open family sort of change
It is
area.
a weird little floor plan.
And sometimes there's like older women just naked and they're walking around. I'm like, oh, fucking hell. Like, they're just in that family area. It doesn't have a door or a stop or anything. You can actually be in the kids' pool and sort of see through the gap to see this. You know what I'm talking about, right? That bit on the right.
Yeah, well, all it ever makes me think of is that there's always just a big group of people loitering right at the entrance to the toilets. So it's like, I don't want them to know how long I was in there, or, obviously everybody's paying attention to me.
They walk in and they go, up and go. You get
Sorry,
back
that
up.
was too long. Shit quicker.
What were you doing?
What were you doing in there? Anyways, everyone's naked and it's fucking, it's creepy.
It is.
Okay.
It's the same in the women's. It's weird.
No modesty at all.
I mean, good for them. I mean, that's what the room is for. They're using it as
it's
God
the
intended.
change room, not the stand naked room. You change. If you're naked standing, you're no longer changing.
It should be a constant state of flux. There's no that you shouldn't be loitering in the nude.
In the
If you
middle.
want to stand around, pop a towel on.
Yeah,
There's towels there.
exactly.
Pop a sock on it. I don't care. Just
I saw
put
a
it away.
lady the other day. She was
I
sitting
bet
on
you
her
saw
phone.
her. Saw all of her.
She was sitting on her phone, like all rolls and everything. Like, God bless her, completely naked, except she had a bright pink swimming cap on.
Nice.
And she was the one.
Very good.
She was the one that triggered that first thing that really pissed me off because she got the
Working her angles.
the little lady in the brown brown bathing
Jumpsuit.
suit.
Swim
Well,
around
to
in
be
the
honest,
woody.
I didn't see what color it was. I just,
Yep.
I saw what was underneath.
She's part of
Brown?
yeah, it was just totally brown, like light brown.
Who the fuck's wearing brown in the pool?
No.
Unless you
Well, it's
shit yourself and
Kind
get
of
away
smart,
with it.
actually.
Yeah.
People who don't swim their speed. She was one of them. She definitely needed to be in the slow lane, but there were like 3 people in the slow lane, so she just got in the medium lane and she pissed off me and another guy. And keep in mind, this guy was already pissing me off. So she was so slow, she pissed off the slow guy.
They just don't have a lane fast enough here.
Yeah.
Fucking flat.
Really?
Well, they do. And that'll lead me into my next issue.
Oh, okay.
But so I was in there with this guy, and then she gets in and she's doing like backstroke, breaststroke, like on her back, like a frog, and was just going so fucking slow. And he was just overtaking her, which is the lanes aren't big enough to overtake. It's like everyone was clashing, and I
You're
had to
going to
slow
get a
down.
foot to the face.
It was driving me fucking crazy. It's just like, just go into the slow lane, because there were people in the slow lane who were like a fucking convoy. They were going together at the same speed. It worked, and she could have been in there, but she was over here ruining our fucking days. And then that brings me to my next issue, which is people that wear flippers. And by the way, I don't care if it's like a 67-year-old person who's putting on flippers, getting into the slow lane so they can keep up with everyone else. I'm talking a pro athlete, fucking whatever thing they do where they put the slippers on because it's some sort of training thing. There was a kid who was already so fast, way faster than me, in the fast lane, but then he's also got flippers on. So he's flying up and down the pool, and I'm like, I can't keep up with this kid. I want to get into the fast lane, but I'll be in his way, so I had to stay in the medium lane.
It's like Frogger.
It
You got to find your gap.
with him, yeah, well, with him, there would have been no.
Yeah.
He would have just...
Don't they have the times like sub 20 seconds or something is the fast lane?
They do have them, but like...
So as long as you're doing that, you're good, aren't you?
I know, but I would be getting in his way, and he looked like a swimmer, and I didn't want to ruin his whole thing, but yeah.
Whatever. Just get in there and snap his flippers.
Such a pain in the ass. It's like it takes the fast lane to like a next level where I'm like, well, I could be in there, but how can I fucking compete with that shit?
Well, it's rude of him if he's not giving other people space to start and stop. Then that's on him.
It is frustrating when there's 4 people in that lane, 3 people in our lane, and then he's there going, "Ooh." But he was a child, so
This is all for me.
it's my fucking lane. People who piss in the pool. It happens all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Literal pool piss.
I'll swim. I'll be like some behind someone, and I'll just go through a warm patch, and I'm like, oh my
Really?
fucking
Is
god, yeah.
that- I always thought that was a myth. Can anybody actually tell?
I can tell.
Really?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't think that's true.
It's 100% true. You will go through piss. It's just a piss glad, and you feel warm. You go through warm water out of cold water. It's a different thing. You feel it. You feel it without a doubt.
I don't think so.
I promise you this with all my heart and soul. Plus, I grew up with a pool with my brothers and that, being like, come over here.
Oh, sure.
Come over and you go, oh, fucking
in a-
hell. It's like a fart.
In a
Like,
house pool.
Doesn't
sure.
it turn the water a funny color?
no, that's
That's something that uncles used to tell us so we wouldn't pee in pools.
Yeah.
I got that too.
There was
If
like
you pee, it'll turn purple, something like that.
there was like a you put pee on the thing. There was like a something that they had done where they would put it in the pool and if
An
you peed
additive you put in there and it goes green or
or
something.
purple or something like that.
Is that real? I always just thought that was a scare
But
tactic.
I don't think
know.
I don't think they've implemented that into every into.
I didn't think it
pools.
would work in the commercial ones because there's so much fucking water.
Yeah.
But I thought in like the little, above ground type deals, I thought that was a thing.
I don't think so. No, not in pools I've been to,
There you go.
and I pissed in a lot of pools.
But now I'm over it, so everyone else should be.
yeah.
I don't believe in a pool that size. I honestly think the second it leaves the urethra, it is spread. It's
It
everywhere.
doesn't matter about the size of the pool. It's just your area.
Because if there's no current moving it around, really.
But there's people and bodies moving it all
There
around.
is, but it's not like a jet stream. It's not just taking off like straight away.
I
It would
guess-
sit there for a second and then dissipate slowly.
Yeah, I guess if you immediately go through it right after they've done it. But
Which I am all the time.
who is pissing right near a stranger? Like if you
They're
were
not
if you
pissing.
were desperate.
They're swimming and pissing. Like they're swimming and pissing while they swim.
Okay, I hadn't considered that.
And then you go through their piss stream and I'm like, oh, no thanks.
I mean,
For the audio listeners, piss is a yellow liquid that comes out of the end of a penis or a vagina.
No.
The urethra of the vagina. The urethra of the I want to say lithium. I want to say
No.
lathia, lithium agora. Lithium.
Mm-hmm.
Out of the urethra of the lithium. What were you going to say, Ben?
I don't know whether I was anymore. I mean, it's sterile.
Yeah, but I don't want.
guess.
It doesn't need to be sterile in my
No,
mouth.
it doesn't mean I want to drink a cup of it. But
Also, the toilets are right there. Just get out.
it's so much work, though. His shorts are all watered up and walk when you're in swimming mode. It's
Pee
easy just
before
to
you get
piss
in.
and shit in the pool if you need to.
At least
Isn't that
shit.
annoying when you're swimming in the fast lane, you're getting a good time, and then like, dunk, log just hits you in the head? You're like, no, that is Beck. You can feel it. Like you just get this warm dunk straight into your forehead
I
as
don't
you're
know.
swimming.
I think it would dissipate.
It doesn't dissipate that quick.
People who treat the pool like a shower. That's sort of gross. People.
What?
Like
you
some people.
mean? A lot of these apply to you.
That's true. That's true.
When other people do it in
You're a
front
pool
of me.
pisser. I've had you swim up to me and be like, guess what?
Oh, Matthew! I
And
cannot
you know what?
fucking
And I've also-
believe this.
You know what? I can't read this note because I realize what my problem is, and I think we should just move on.
No, I want to hear it now. It's the only one I actually want to
No,
hear.
because when you go to the this one that Beck and I go into, and it has that thing. It's like please shower before you get into
The
the pool.
warm water pool.
Yeah, because some
Yeah.
people are icky and gross and get in there.
Also, it's right next to the sauna, so they're probably saying don't get in when you
oh,
just
fuck,
got out of the
yeah,
sauna.
No.
So yeah, but that happens all the time, and I just think it's kind of icky.
You see people go from sauna from
To the
S
pool,
to
we've seen that
S to
before.
P.
Yeah,
Never go S to P.
Mm-mm.
S to P. It's my
It's
my
your
drag
name.
name. People to bring their kids, just don't bring. No, that's a dumb one.
Yeah, I agree with that one. It'd be really good if there was a public pool that was just for adults. That'd be so awesome.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if you go to those, you have to get sucked off or something. But
You have to jerk off an old man.
yeah.
It's the entrance fee.
That one is the warm water pool, but then again, yeah. When we're in the warm water pool and we're sitting there and then we're like smelling, like, what's that
Warm
smell?
water pool just sounds gross.
It's meant to be for rehab and stuff, but
Cesspool.
if everything else is full, we'll just go in there.
But it's not just for rehab, it's also for like morbidly obese. I don't know, you're not
Well, they
supposed to.
probably would need rehab.
What do you mean? Why is that for them? It'd boil
Well,
them off.
so they can work out in the water.
Work out in the cold water. They're going to get hot real quick, aren't they? They're going to want the cool water.
I think because the cool
It's meant
water
to be
want a
good for
nice
you.
thermal exchange,
in
don't they?
this particular location, there is no like shallow cool water that isn't like the laplands. You know, somewhere where you can stand
Yeah.
and do this stuff.
Oh, yeah,
Like
yeah.
real minor movements just to burn off some weight.
Water jazzercise, whatever it's called.
But then you've got people working out in the warm water pool and and it's just gross. It's just a kind of gross vibe in there. And then there was that stinky smell. We looked over the bin. You were like, I reckon that bin's full of
Poo.
tampons and.
Oh.
But they were like halfway between transferring it from.
Somebody had just left them outside of the bathroom,
Yeah.
and obviously we're going to come pick them up and forgot.
You know, that's going to be a fucking strong smell in
know-
a hot chlorine room like
Exactly.
that. All you can smell in those joints is chlorine and Matt's piss. So I don't know how the fuck, like if they're just in the transitional period, suddenly you can
Well,
smell the bin.
Matt, I don't know.
crazy.
I have a pretty good nose.
I'm not saying you couldn't smell it. I'm saying that's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
It was rough. It was rough.
It was
you know.
rough.
No shame against fat people or people who have periods. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah,
like.
Shame 'em.
Fat people with periods, though, don't want to hear about it.
It's time we take a stand for something.
Yeah. And the last one I had was zero policing. It's just that the lifeguards don't do fucking anything.
That's not true.
Go on.
Because that time that guy was like, "This guy's in the fast lane. He not fast."
Well,
and then
see-
they timed you, and he was like, "Oh," and left.
Yeah, but he that wasn't
active
policing.
about it.
That was someone telling
A-lab.
him blah blah blah, and he went and did it. That's fine.
Tattletale.
But yeah, when just with the lanes and everything, no one ever actually does it. Which I get it. You don't want to be in there and go, "Hey, can you move over?" But sometimes it's clear. You can see like this is working. Maybe move you over there. But no one ever wants to fucking do anything, and they're all just.
I think they're more concentrating on people dying.
But no one ever did like.
Nobody ever
dies.
dies.
Ever.
Well,
It's
that's
like
'cause they're
fucking
doing their
bullshit.
job.
Yeah, what did you say the other day? Freckle face, or when we walked away. It's like this is what happens when
When spotty teenagers try and do admin.
yeah,
Yeah.
fucking hate.
Admin, what happened?
Doesn't matter.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to because every time I stick up for Beck, you make fun of me.
But I don't know what that's in
I
reference
made
to, and
fun
no
of
one
you
listening is
too,
going to
in
know what.
fairness.
Yeah.
We went to the pool the other day. I paid my $8.
Again, by the
Casual.
way, this is not the first time this has happened, and not just to Beck, to me as well.
Is this the scheduling thing? Where
Yes,
they
I looked
say
at the
it's like,
schedule.
There's no one here, and you go there, and it's like this fucking chockers.
Yes.
And
that's
the
exactly what
lady
happened.
was like, you can't go in there. Like,
Yeah,
Can't
and
go in
so I
there.
cracked the shits, and I
Can't go in where?
there's this huge dive pool that I like to use. It's really deep. It's really huge as well. But they cut it off, or nobody was allowed to go in it because there were kids using half the pool to dive in.
Yeah,
And I went to the
whatever.
lifeguard and I was like, "Can you cordon off the end? I've seen you do that before." Like,
did you actually ask that?
yeah, I was like, "Can I use
Oh,
the
that
end?
makes me so fucking mad.
Can I use the end? Because I know they've got that little bit of
Doesn't
lap
matter.
ribbon." Anyway, and she was like, "Nah, can't do it." So I fucking cracked the shits and I just went and sat on the bench and watched Matt. I'm like,
See, I didn't know.
I'm looking in the fucking water now.
I thought Beck was in the warm, so I was doing. I just went for ages, and I was like
Oh,
getting
yeah.
my pump in, my heart rate was
Fine.
up. I was good.
I'm like, at least one of us is getting something.
And then I wandered into the warm water, and I was looking around for Beck, and I'm like, she must be
Wandered
here.
into the wall.
And I had a towel around me, and
Yeah.
I was like, and all these old people are looking at me, and I'm like, and then I just walk out, and then Beck's still in the clothes we're there, and I was like, this can't be good. And then
I'm like, I want to go home.
it's like this fucking one fucking section. I was like, oh, okay. And this is again not the first time it's happened. So we're leaving, and Beck's. I was like, do you want to go? Well, do you want to go and get a refund? We can sort it out because we didn't do it last time. And I was like, we could get a refund. And then you were like, no, I don't want. Let's just go. And then we got out the door, and I was like, come on, we want to get a refund. She's like, no. And I thought Beck was just avoiding an awkward situation, and I was like, well, you don't have to. I'll go in and get it. So I went in and got it.
Well, actually, what happened? Well, I said, no, I don't want a refund. Let's just go home. And as we were walking to the car, you're like, I'll be right back. And you turned around and walked in. And I'm like, you fuck.
Because I was just like, I'll just do it, and she'll go to a car, and she won't have to deal with it at all.
No, instead I sat in the hot car for 20 minutes.
It
being
did
like,
take-
where the fuck is Matt?
It did take a lot longer than I thought it would. But I went in and I was just all smile. I was like, "Hey guys," I'm like, the two ladies. I was like, "Hey, I don't want to be a pain in the ass." I'm like, "But this is just like the second time it's happened, and like it's just a pain in the ass. Can I get a refund?" And they were like, "Yeah, for sure." And I was
we
like,
are
"Easy
frequent
peasy."
flyers. So.
Yeah, I said, I've got a membership. And I said, I always say, if I'm getting an interaction, I always say my wife. So it
Yeah.
sounds more, instead of being like, my girlfriend. So I was like, my wife's a blah, blah, blah. And you know, does she need to come in? Like, can I just do it? And she's like, no, we can just do it here if you got a card. And I was like, okay. But then I had to wait forever for the manager to come. That's what took so long. The manager was taking forever. And then it was, again, this spotty face boy, tall, handsome
Go on, do the voice.
dude who was a lot younger than me. He was like, "Hey man, what's the problem?" And I was like, "Oh, I have to explain what's." I'm like, "It's not a big dish. It's not a long story. We just came. The schedule said blah blah and whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, so here's where I think you're getting confused." And like said it to me, and I went because I was like this to everyone. I was like, "Hey, I'm so sorry." And then I just my face just started to go into a frown over the time he was talking. It's like, it's a thing is so it's like on the website it'll say the
Is
dive.
there a gym there as well?
Yeah.
Oh, those guys are the worst.
So the dive pool is open on the site, but actually what happens is if it's not too busy, we don't cordon off any areas and we ask people to go into the lap lanes if they want to not be in there. But if it is super busy, we'll lane it off so people can go into the dive pool. That's where I think you're getting a little confused. You know what I mean? And I said something like, look, I'm not confused. We did what the site said. Stop. Just give me the refund. And he was like, okay, man. You know,
I'm quite a dim individual, but what I'm doing at the moment is trying to elevate my way of speech because I'm in a professional atmosphere. And as you can see, my shirt has a collar on it. So I'm to be taken very seriously in this conversation.
Didn't have a
please.
collar.
No? Didn't even have the collar. Usually
Couldn't
they
be
got the
bothered with
polo
the
shirt
fucking
on,
collar.
the little...
He had his
little button
lanyard
number
and his little shorts and his nice sneakies. And then I said something cunty as we went away. But I can't remember what it was. He said something, and
I'm gonna have your job, bitch.
No,
do a
he
shit
said
in your
something,
pool.
and my response was yeah, it was something like scheduling. I'm like, I'm not confused, yeah, something. Anyways, and that was it. We got the refund, and then I went out, and Beck was mad at me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I thought you don't have to do anything, and here's a refund.
Like,
But it
no,
didn't
I
matter
wanted
because
to
you had
fucking
the
go
whole
home.
$8 now. You buy a new
You
girlfriend.
buy yourself some lunch. So yeah,
You did say that. You're like, hey, you buy yourself some lunch now. I'm like, wow.
I thought it was a good gag.
I don't want your fucking blood money.
I want to be home.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. It wasn't 20 minutes.
It was.
I feel like it was 10
Yes,
minutes.
No, it was 20 minutes.
Yeah, well, I was the one standing there wet. Oh, she's crying.
She's like, enough talking about the pool.
All right, we're done with the pool.
Are we?
Well, we can keep.
Just getting warmed up. Beck, what do you do at the pool? Because he won't shut the fuck up about his laps. I never actually...
I do water jazzercise, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'll go to a class if there's one on when I'm not working. Otherwise, I'll just pilfer those moves and just do them on my own in the deep
Stealing
pool.
fitness.
Yeah, yeah. Or I'll just sit in the hot water pool like a dumpling.
Imagine him, he's doing his fucking laps, blah, 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 with his goggles and everything. And you're just on that inflatable jumping castle with the kids like, get the fuck out of the way. Yes.
Oh, the bucket's about to tip, guys.
Guys.
I just
Matt, yeah, Beck, we're done. Let's go. Time to go home. No!
don't.
We're about to get snakes from the canteen. No!
I don't make a fucking deal out of it when I'm there. It's just I'm there a lot, so it's stuff to talk about. But I'm not.
Yep.
I'm not just like fucking like Beck. I got my pump on. I feel fucking good. Feel this one. Feel this one. I see. The reason you might be confused, Beck, is because it's actually a post-workout pump. It's turning into that dude. No, I just fucking swim. I just tuck my goggles on.
You know how I know?
Because
I've heard a couple of stories about it.
I'm trying to book a haunted house.
Okay.
And Beck said this might put me in like a legal issue, but I'm trying to work out because here's the thing:
Or this might put you in legal issue.
the
Matt.
legal issue. I think that was her
Matt,
exact words.
As a professional legaler, I think you might be confused as this may put you into a legal issue.
Here's where you might be confused. He did say that, by the way. That's why it's stuck in my head because he went, here's where you might be confused. And I was like, I'm not. Anyways. So for this show that Aidan and I are doing, the first person, when we go to a horror house and we play Phasmophobia stuff in a haunted house, that's the topic. So we have to find a haunted house to go to. And I had my eyes set on one, and I won't say their name now in case I get in trouble. But that's the one I wanted to go to. And I have this dream shot now that Sienna's got this drone where I do like the opening, like to camera speech. And then we have a drone footage of the whole place and it would look fucking sick.
I'm Matt and this is Haunted House.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. But I can't do that now because I got the email back. By the way, the guy was really rude to me when I was trying to book.
Here's where you might be confused about haunted house situations.
It was like that guy, but he's now 80. And he's like, well, we're on a volunteer basis, so
here's where you might be confused.
we don't think we can find a volunteer who's willing to be there for that time period. And I was like, midday till 10 p.m., possibly 11
Bro,
p.m.
the ghost will keep an eye on it.
They just have to be there. And I'm like, I fucking know for a fact that just some old person, if it was my nan, she'd be like, I'll go down there and she'll just sit on the fucking lawn and read a goddamn book for 12 hours. Like, who cares? And I said, we're willing to pay, we're willing to pay the person for their time and that sort of thing. And he just wasn't even considering it. He's acting like he sent out a bunch of emails to all the volunteers to ask, but I know he didn't. Because he gets back to me like 10 minutes later and says, I've spoken to the volunteers and nobody wants to. And I was like, okay, fine, fuck you. And he left me on the email. I was like, we're willing to pay upwards of $5,000. I just wanted to see what he said, and he left me there. He's a fuck piece of shit. So, anyways, his name's Graham, but I haven't said where he works.
What did I say?
His name's Graham, but I still want to get that shot. So I want to be like, hey guys, we were gonna be here, but fucking Graham's a cunt. So now we're going to a secret location, and then
Graham's a cunt.
still do the drone shot. And I thought it'd be a really cool opening shot and funny for the thing. So we can't go here because Graham's a fuckwit. But if I say his name and the location of the place.
That's too many things.
Can I get in trouble?
I mean, what?
Like
what is
legal-
it going to be? Libel?
Like, yeah, is there any legal trouble? Can you be like, that's what's the word when you like slander somebody, but the legal word for
There's
slander?
two. One of them's written libel and slander. One of them's written and one of them said. I think slander's said and libel's written.
There's another defamation. Is that a thing?
I don't think that's...
Doesn't
I don't
apply
know.
to this?
I don't know. Either way, all three of them, I don't think... I mean, the way that you would get in trouble for that is if the public would genuinely believe that he is then a cunt. You have to, like, degrade his reputation in the public eye.
Okay. So
I'm not
I
saying he
think
was going
then
to
he
go
has
to
to be a
court.
public figure as well. So, I don't know.
can't just be a guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's probably fine.
I just meant you might get a nasty email.
I don't care about it. I honestly don't give a fuck about a nasty email. But I always think I should be thinking about when I do this, like if I blew up and got bigger, can this affect me in a way?
Yeah.
And I'm like, can that affect me in a legal way? Can he sue me and be like, you besmirched? You besmirched my name and my reputation. I'd be like, fuck you.
You're worried he might demand satisfaction?
Yeah, something, and then slap me.
might.
Yeah.
Okay.
You never know.
Or can this be a gag where I'm just an arsehole? Because I'm happy to be an arsehole.
People are crazy. You never know.
Yeah. Maybe I can just not say, like, make up a different name instead of Graham. Except
Maybe.
now people who watch this podcast will know that when I say John, I'm talking about Graham.
I'll-
Joining that red thread.
Yeah.
Or you make a joke out of that, of like, whoever it was that I spoke to here that may or may not manage the joint was quite a piece of shit.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm going to do it still. Ben's talked me into it.
You just tiptoe around actually saying the name. And
Yeah,
if there's
yeah,
a bunch of volunteers and shit there, then it's just clearly you're avoiding the legal issue, and that makes it funny.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah.
Nailed it.
I want that shot real bad. And then we'll
Why don't you do a shot where you actually are going?
Well, because the place we're going to is a person's house, a private property, and they don't want their location disclosed.
Is it haunted? So it's not like a come here and do a tour.
No, it's I just reached out and it's a haunted people. People say, hey, he's haunted, and here's some examples, and then we'll interview them and they'll show up on camera, but with their face blurred and everything. And
Is Pentridge Prison supposed to be haunted?
what?
Is Pentridge Prison supposed to be haunted?
Aren't they all? There's
I don't know, because they
stories
do
about all
tours of
them.
that. I don't know
Yeah.
whether I think it's pretty like locked in for
can't-
like 15 minutes here, then we go through to the yard, and then so maybe they wouldn't let you just tool around in there for a couple of hours.
Well, that's all these other places do, tours and that. I'm like, can we use it for a blah blah? And I drop all like gameology, and they might pick up the show, and no one really gives
What
a fuck.
about Melbourne Jail? They do.
Well, I don't want to
People
go to
do shows
I
and
want to
stuff.
do a house. I really got the
Yeah.
vision of doing a house because that's like the main focus. There is a prison level in Faz, but I think the house would be the.
Maybe Melbourne Jail's one I'm thinking of. Is Pentridge even there anymore? Do they knock that down?
Don't know.
There's the old Melbourne Gale as well. But
What? That's what I meant.
is that what you said? Did you give it
Melbourne
a?
Jail.
Oh, I heard
Sorry,
Melbourne
old Melbourne Jail.
So for whatever reason, it didn't stick in my
The
head.
new Melbourne, they're still using that for jail stuff, the new one.
And I believe it's a Gale. Fuck off. I hate this fucking podcast. So yeah, fuck Graham.
Fuck Graham, fuck Gail.
Or
And his wife Gail. I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? I got some stuff.
oh, whatever, man.
I don't want to just like
Been
go.
playing a lot of Elden Ring, have you?
What do you here? Like, what do you want to? I saw that lady again at the supermarket who went fucking ape shit that one time. I was like, I don't have anything in my bag.
Oh, you saw her again?
Yeah, sorry again.
I don't know the first story.
Really?
That was
I
it.
thought, I thought we talked about it on the pod. Maybe we didn't.
I
was
think
just-
we
it was just
did.
a
It was a
thing.
long
We did, I
time
just don't
ago.
remember.
though.
We just go to the supermarket and there was a lady who I saw steal something and put it in her bag. And I was like, I think that lady's stealing. And then obviously it's really funny because we get to the checkout, the self-serve, and people are like, we need you to show us your bag. She's like, I legally don't have to show you my bag. Like screaming. And she's like,
right.
this is harassment. I don't have to show you anything. I under jurisdiction on law on the Commonwealth. I don't have to actually show you nothing. And they're like, we just want to see because we can't let you leave until you show us a bag. She's like, I haven't taken anything. This is profiling. And he's like, just show us your bag. And she's definitely taken stuff and stolen stuff because I fucking saw her do it. And it just went on forever and ever and ever. And she was like, I'm not fucking showing you fucking shit. And then
Did she end up leaving? I can't remember. I feel like she might have got away.
no, we left
Did
before
we
they
leave?
dealt with
Okay.
that. But I kind of wanted to hang out and see what happened. Yeah. So
Should
then
next time.
I saw her
Be a
again.
cool little conclusion. Oh yeah, what happened this time?
Exact same thing.
Bunch of cream cheese in the bag.
She was at the front And she was saying this time she wasn't saying I don't want to fucking. I think because they were like that time it was the middle of the night and there were less people. But I think she got a little shy because she was just at the bit where you buy cigarettes. She was there and people were like, "We just got to see your bag." She's like, "I don't have to show you what's in my bag." And it just came back and it may not have been her, but the
What are the
voice
odds,
and
Common
everything just sort of like
Those people do tend to sound the same after a while.
those people, Beck.
Yeah.
What's your problem with
Shoplifters.
white middle-aged addicts? I don't know. She had the crazy look in her eye, and I recognized
She
it.
looked like she'd fallen on hard times.
Yeah. And
fucking talk like
no, she was yeah, it was definitely her. And I saw her again. I just thought it was funny. But more of an anecdote than a story.
I think it fits.
So we got the election coming up.
Whoa. What was the end of that?
That's it. I saw it.
You left before the end of it again?
Why would I fucking stay? I'm
sake.
not just gonna stay
For
there. and
stories for the
stare at her.
fucking podcast.
Please keep going. No, I've got my stuff. I'm waiting for.
I have a podcast, and I think if you kick off, that will really be great for us. So if you want to punch someone or say some crazy shit, that would be amazing.
I'll be
I have a
like-
little notebook here that I write all of this in. What's your name?
I'll be like Palpatine.
Just
Okay.
Like
Is
Palpatine.
that the guy who stands in the Emperor? Is that Yeah. Do it. You have no power here.
Always watching.
He sounds like that. So the election's coming up, and I was fucking who cares?
It's going to get contentious in here. Ooh.
No, it was more about like if we were like collectively,
You gonna start our own party?
yeah. No, well, because I had a dream.
The party. You know what I'm saying?
I had a dream where I was president.
That's right.
Tim
Not
and
even
Eric's
prime
sketch.
minister.
No, I'm always
The
president.
most handsome president, #1 GMat.
You know what else I did? I've been having the weirdest dreams. I think it's because I'm smoking again. But I had a dream and I woke up in the middle of the night and wrote it down because it was so fucking weird. Because you know how dreams sometimes mean stuff? You know, you have a dream and you're like, oh, that's got a story behind it. What the fuck? Where is it? I was wondering if you could possibly work out what this is about. I downloaded a horror game. I woke up next day and my leg was black and I could get out. I could get out back door. Went out front and through. By the way, I woke up at like 4 a.m. and wrote this down.
Yeah, I was gathering.
Went out front and through gate and found Astray dog, which I think is meant to be a stray dog. Went round back and Bruce had adopted a bunch of large birds and dogs. He had removed the green fence and put his drum kit on our back porch. I went ape shit and lost my voice. Came back inside house, house was definitely possessed by the game. Beck came home and thought it all looked good.
Every time you have a dream, you're like, everything's fucked up. And then Beck came home and was like, you're crazy. Nothing's wrong.
Beck came and made me look like a fucking
Gaslit
idiot.
you.
Your leg has always been that black.
I forgot about the black leg.
All right, let's take it from the top. What was the first thing? So you've downloaded a horror game,
I downloaded a horror game
and then you woke up and the horror game had become a part of you
and my leg was
because
black.
black leg.
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't get out the back door. The back door was
This is you feeling like you're being somehow subsumed into your work, and it's all becoming a bit too much of your life.
Yeah.
You play a lot of video games, play a lot of horror games. The black leg thing is that you feel like your ability to be mobile and do other things is being impeded by the amount that you have to play these games.
Yeah.
So you download it, you go to sleep, you wake up, oh my God, my leg's black. I'm part of the game. I can't walk around properly. This is all becoming a giant over encumbrance on me.
but I could get out the front door.
So you can move around,
Yeah.
but you can't go for a run or a jog or just go out. You know what? I'm going to go for a hike today.
I think-
You're limited to this immediate world around you
I think the front door thing is your brain telling you it's time to move forwards. We
Forwards.
can only go forward from here.
through a door.
So I go out the front door and
go
I
out the
go
front
through the gate to come around to the back,
Yeah.
and I just notice a stray dog sitting there.
Ashtray dog.
Ashtray dog, an
Ashtray
ashtray dog. And then I noticed
Band name.
that there's a bunch of large birds and dogs.
Yep.
Everywhere.
What kind of birds?
Like what's the ones with the big fucking wing, the big pretty wings?
Peacocks?
Peacocks, and like emus and just
I
things I'd
think
made up in my mind.
This is
Like an amalgamation of goose and duck and
you have a
chili.
new responsibility recently, with your own dog.
Yeah.
One dog.
Yeah.
Still a lot of responsibility, especially not having already one dog around the house. It's completely new and foreign. So you're trying to get your head around that. Then what we're doing is transposing the amount of responsibility and uncertainty that you have with one dog onto Bruce, who's doing his own thing over there, unpredictably. All of a sudden, he's got a shitload of birds and a shitload of dogs. You're like, oh my God, there's a lot to take care of and get my head around here. This is too much to deal with. And it's just these weird birds that you've never seen. You're like, I don't know what to do with all this stuff. Is Bruce going to be able to take care of all of this on his own? I don't know. It's in the same house as us. This is fucking crazy. And you're struggling to be like, oh my God, this is going to be somehow my responsibility. I'm going to have to take care of some of this.
It's almost accurate.
It's funny because I'm
bang
pretty
on.
sure this is all. Yeah, this is exactly right.
I'm not doing jokes here. This is
No.
genuine dream analysis.
Now Bruce had
qualified.
removed the green fence between our
Yeah,
houses.
this is all of it spilling into your world.
And then for some reason he had a drum kit that he just put on our back porch.
That's just fucking sick.
Just a sick kit.
That bit's got to be about you.
And then the drum kit was my dad.
And then I fucked the drum kit.
So then I went ape shit and I lost my voice.
Your ability to not be able to speak up and tell Bruce your feelings about all of this encroaching stuff into your world, all this responsibility, drum kits, dogs, birds. Oh my God, Bruce, I can't.
Your voice is your work as well. So if that's gone,
Yeah. Black leg,
Who
broke
would love
voice. See, it would be the same if you were trying to call Bruce on the phone, but you couldn't dial or it wouldn't ring properly. Same thing.
Or you try and punch him, it doesn't work.
Yeah, your hand just turns into wibbly wobbly
Spaghetti.
jelly.
Yeah,
But I came back inside and the house was deaf and fought possessed by game.
deaf and fought.
Because this is where you have to do all your work. This is what happens in here. This is Matt's workspace.
And it's hard to work when there's a book flying at me.
A book flying at you.
It was like the house was possessed, shit was flying.
Oh, yeah. No, this is just you being part of the game. It's like all it is in here is horror games. Horror games all the time. This is work. Horror games is work. Work is here. This whole space is just a workspace. So it's either it's out there and Bruce is just doing crazy shit that's partly going to be your responsibility. Dogs, birds, and the fence is cut down. So it's just all spilling into one because his cat's hitting your dog and your dog's yelping at the cat and the cat's jumping off the thing. You're like, oh my God, did the cat just break its legs? Am I going to have to take his cat to the vet? And so even though there's a fence, it doesn't really count because all the responsibilities just crisscross over. Drum kit, don't really know what that's about. But I think the fact that the drum kit you have here isn't yours, it's mine. So there's another external responsibility like, oh, I got to take care of that and have a look at that. And the dog's bitten the thing off that. So it's another thing that drum kit outside.
That's pretty good.
Oh my God, the drum
Crushing
kit's
it.
outside. There's all of Bruce's animals and stuff, and he's just putting his drum kit there. Am I going to have to look after his drum kit while he's taking care of all these animals? What if some of those animals get onto this fucking drum kit? Then what? Then that's my problem? Oh my God. And then you come in here and it's just horror games. Like, oh my God, now I've got to do work and edit videos.
And then Beck came home and gaslit me.
Well, because
she came in.
we
she
don't
goes-
need to get
she
into
goes,
that.
I think it looks really good this way. It looks open. It's fine.
Well,
What
the
are you getting
dynamic of
worked
this
up for?
relationship is classically you being the hypochondriac warrior and Beck being like, I don't know, man. I don't know whether that's a huge deal. And you'd be like, no, it is. I'm getting the doctor here to look in my asshole right now. And she'd be like, okay, well, you get the doctor then. And the doctor's like, yep, well, it's fine. Your bum's fine. Just eat some more fiber. And you're like, all right. Beck, the doctor said I just need to eat some more fiber.
Yeah, good breakdown.
Thanks.
That's interesting. That's
You didn't mention all the penises. We'll talk about what that means.
Were you just hungry?
Well, I wasn't going to mention it on the podcast. I actually keep that part of my life quite private. Yeah. I do eat a lot of fiber though.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good
my
breakdown.
take.
That's given me a lot to not think about. I think we'll Fuck. Where do I go from here? What do I do?
Onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
Just get that leg looked at.
Yeah, and the black leg could almost be like that. You know, that varicose vein.
I
that
was
get
just
worried
thinking that. Actually, I think that's probably exactly. Is it the same leg?
About. Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nailed it. Go to the doctor though for that.
It's not a varicose vein.
No, I think you should go.
It's a vein that I can like when I have a shower and I get hot, like I can kind of see it on the back of my leg. It's not like popping out like a real varicose vein. It's just like, oh, I can see my vein there.
But it does seem like maybe in 5-10 years it will be one.
Yeah,
So
and
maybe you should get looked
It is new. But by the way, I remember I went and I told him and he felt my leg and he was like, "You're fine."
at.
So he did. He went,
You mean our doctor?
yeah, okay.
Go
fine."
to a different one.
I've been trying, but Ben's doctor will not fucking return my calls.
I don't think he's on the books at the moment. He just came in
Ooh.
once when I was there to see someone else,
Exclusive.
and he was just coming in for a meeting. They're like, "Oh, good to see you. What are you doing?" I think he's just not on at the moment. He's like doing training somewhere, or he's on leave or some shit.
Yeah, didn't he? He was overseas.
Whoa! Whoa!
All right.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting worked up, so let's finish up.
Okay.
I've got Ellie.
It's Bruce.
I've got a bit to finish off that I was thinking about. Oh, fucking hell.
Smooth transition.
Who can you not picture eating a toasty? I was thinking about,
Barack Obama.
yeah. But see,
Just did it.
Yeah.
Just did it.
What happened?
I just imagined him eating a toast.
I mean,
It was really easy.
I can see him sitting over a bench and making it because only
You
because
can
of the-
imagine anyone doing it. You just kind of transpose me, but who do you? I don't believe it.
I don't see Kanye
see it, but I don't
sitting and
believe
eating a toasty, standing over the kitchen table eating a toasty. Let's imagine
Kim
that.
Kardashian would never eat a toasty.
Yeah. Not would never, but like,
Well, I can't imagine it because I don't think it fits with their character.
yeah, hunched over the bench eating a toasty. They've just made
This is
themselves.
very quickly changing.
No, I'm trying to make a more like a clear, a harder picture to slot anybody into.
This is delicious.
That's my picture.
too hot if you just run it under the cold water.
What's that scene?
Close it down.
There's a scene from House of Cards where Kevin Spacey makes a peanut butter and
That's
jam.
exactly what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
I was
see-
like, why am I thinking of Kevin Spacey?
So I can picture Barack doing that, not
Kevin
because they're
Spacey.
comparable in any way. Kevin Spacey
Just
and
because of
Barack.
the same house.
Yeah, same job. Silence. I like silence.
Vin Diesel.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I can picture The Rock doing it, but like 5.
Yeah,
He'd be eating one and he'd have a stack of 4 next to him.
just be getting through it. It's my bolt. Yeah. Who's the guy that plays Mini Me?
And Troyer.
Warwick
May
Kappa.
he rest in peace.
That's why I can't picture him doing it. Betty White as well.
Okay, what's his name?
Who else is?
I can't remember. I'm blanking on everyone's name today.
Isn't someone dead? Was it someone dead recently? Oh no.
No?
no, don't go for it.
I can't eat a toasty.
The thing is, though,
Hovering over the bench.
he'd really like that joke.
I want to put it in my mouth, but I can't.
Hey, it's GMat here, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of the GMat podcast and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show over at patreon.com/the GMat podcast. The post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we wrap things up and talk about anything we didn't have time to talk about. $3 a month and cancel anytime. We are a community-supported podcast, so your support over there funds the show and makes it easier for us to keep doing what we love. If you want to support us, head over to patreon.com/the GMat podcast.